in 3. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with the last seat, number 27, with my co-host, all dolled up from Sharby, and we're going to be interviewing Krypto Krissy on NFTs, crypto, life, and more. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. And let's get this bread. Miss Krypto Krissy, the first thing that popped out at me when all dolled up sent me some info about you, I was like, oh, why does she spell crypto like that? Is it a typo? Do I have to? And I rechecked, and okay, is it because you have like the KK in there, like the Krusty Krab, you know, like the killer crab in SpongeBob? You wanted to have that double K?
Originally, it was because there is so many Krypto Krissys with C's, you know, so it didn't really come around for any other reason than that.
Okay, that makes sense. So
I know it's a lame thing, but yeah, that's how it came around.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. I actually remember another Krypto Krissy from Earth2. I don't know what happened to her. She's gone now, to a better place.
That's never good, but to a better place. All right. Yeah. So you know, and my name is actually spelled with a K. I don't hide. I don't have like fake names and stuff out there. I'm actually Krissy. So.
Nice. I was once Ted Nugent. No, I'm joking. So you mentioned off camera that is like you are in your 20s, so you are the youngest person here by a bit, and you have so to be in crypto in your 20s, you're very busy. Can you explain what your life was
53. Like? I'm actually 53.
Oh, okay. So now I feel like too.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, you're talking about, yeah, you were in high school and stuff. I'm like, you made me feel old. But yeah, I'm 53.
Okay, so
I'm one of the older people in crypto.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are in there, especially like guys, 20s and 30s. I feel like not a lot of women are in. So we'd like to get a lot of women on here. Tell us about your life before crypto. Tell us about Krissy before she became Krypto Krissy.
I don't really remember. I really didn't. You know, I've lived in several countries. I like to travel. I was basically a single parent most of my life, and yeah, and don't be sad. I'm going to tell you something. But my oldest daughter was killed, and at that point, it changed my life. You know, after I got through the grieving process, I realized life is too short. So that's when I started, you know, moving around, doing things that I wanted to do, things that people dream of and never do, or say, oh, I want to do that someday, but never do. I did. No regrets on any of that. And then had a date one night, and he talked nothing except for Dogecoin and Elon Musk. Introduced me to Robinhood. That was the first wallet that the first exchange that I used, the first anything that I used. Bought $30 of Dogecoin just to shut him up. And that was when Dogecoin was like 402. So it's been a while. And so I've been in crypto quite a while. So yeah, I really don't remember life before crypto. It's been a crazy ride. And here I am.
There's a line in Gilmore Girls, I think it's season 3, when Mia comes to town. It's Lorelai's like mentor and boss, and she tells her moms like sometimes home is where your hat is, as opposed to where your family is. Mm-hmm. So if we go with that line saying home is where your hat is, where was your favorite place to hang your hat in all the places you've traveled?
Bali.
Why Bali?
Excuse me, but let me tell you what, living on the beach in Indonesia was amazing. You know, I mean, even dealing with things like cockroaches and the different stuff, but not having a really good egg McMuffin. But overall, the people were great, and I just loved the weather, the beach, the people. It was just an incredible place to live. Beautiful, beautiful.
I have a couple friends that are getting married in Bali soon, and they love it. Apparently, they don't like drugs over there, though. They don't like anything. I think even weed is not, or maybe they're okay with weed. Could you fill me in on some of their likes and dislikes on that? Because I haven't looked
I
at
wouldn't
it.
know because I don't do any of that myself. I don't smoke weed except for on like a very rare occasion. I don't do any other drugs.
Gotcha.
Drinking's quite accepted. If I lived in Kuta, which is like a kind of a tourist trap type of place,
Mhm.
but you could walk down the road and you could pick any kind of a disco, any kind of
Oh, awesome.
there's country, you could have rock and roll, you'd have, regular disco, you'd have, so there is a lot of genres as far as, trying to cater to the tourist areas and stuff like that. But it was interesting. It was fun. I myself immerse myself more in the culture rather than I didn't hang out at the Hard Rock Hotel and stuff like that they had like along the beach. I was more, we would walk for miles and go to the old parts of the city for the food, the culture, different things like that. So
That's cool.
yeah,
All right,
as
so
far as their drug stuff, I wouldn't know. I don't know anything about that in that region.
where do you reside now?
All right, now I live in Arizona.
Oh,
um,
cool.
Originally from Montana, but yeah.
I had a bunch of friends in Arizona. They're around someplace right outside of Phoenix. I forget the name of it. I should be able to see in T minus 1 second. Oh, that's a wrong gal. They are in. It's not Flagstaff because that's where another friend of mine is, and it's not there.
Flagstaff gets a lot of snow. They
What
get
gets a lot of snow?
buried in snow. Flagstaff gets buried in snow, so I would never be there.
Really?
Yeah,
I would not expect that.
yeah. I mean, we're talking balls deep in snow in Flagstaff. Yeah, it gets pretty cold.
Gotcha. I feel like that far south they wouldn't get that much, but I guess they're north enough in the
Yeah, I don't.
that they
I don't know.
are.
Yep. I'm nowhere near Phoenix. Phoenix is about eight to 9 hours away from me.
Oh, damn. Okay, Scottsdale. Scottsdale is where everyone is. So
Uh,
they're which is like right outside of Phoenix. So, okay.
yeah.
Damn. Okay, I didn't know Arizona was that big. Like, oof.
I live right near the border. So I live in like this tri-state area. So if I go about 45 minutes, I'm in St. George, Utah, about 15 minutes into Mesquite, Nevada.
Okay.
So yeah, so there's nothing here. I live in the one horse town. But Mesquite is interesting, about 90 miles out of Vegas. If I want to get into that, I hate going to Vegas though. Not gonna lie, Vegas.
Oh,
It is no, it's a nightmare. Vegas is a nightmare. I just
why? What do you? So I
the
know you don't.
traffic,
Oh, okay. All right.
the
Yeah. I can see
traffic, the
that.
crime. We don't get that here. We don't have that here. So
Okay. So you have like a place. So there's no so there's no ghettos where you are. It's just like there's no bad part of town. There's just the.
there might be in somewhere in Mesquite a little bit. I don't know. Where I'm at, it's like low income area, or there's not a lot of middle ground here. I don't think where I live. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
small town. So you get your small town poor, and you get the nice houses. The retirement community.
Did you
Most of the
say
stuff
small
around here is
town poor?
retirement. So small town what? Poor.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha.
That'd probably
Um,
be the only one that wasn't poor.
so with there's this meme that go like and it's for like anything and be like, oh, if I hit the lotto, I wouldn't tell anyone, but there would be signs. And the signs are usually funny, like they get like the avocado on their toast, or they get like the super size me in McDonald's. When crypto, and I don't know which, and we'll get into which cryptos that you think are the best for ROI, but when one of them does hit, what are the signs? Will one of the signs be you moving? Will one of the signs be you having a new car in an area where nobody has new cars?
For me, probably the first sign would be I don't know. I'm very cheap. I'm very frugal. So maybe a new pair of pajamas. 'Cause
Oh, daring today,
I'm not
aren't
even
we?
I'm not even kidding. I mean, it is a big deal because I don't plan on living here for much longer. I actually want to move back overseas. But that isn't a, hitting the lotto type thing. That's just a matter of choice. But for me, it is a big deal for me to even buy like a spoon. Do I really need this? Can I live without it? That's me in a nutshell. I'm very just there's very few things that I allow myself, to be spoiled about. And it usually is something like a new pair of pajamas or my daily Baileys and coffee. I do like my Baileys and coffee. Other than that, I really
my
don't,
man.
yeah, I don't spoil myself. I'm about other people. I give to other people as much as I can rather than I'm not self-focused and I'm not, I don't care about monetary things so much. So it's a little bit different than most.
I love the Baileys in the coffee. I get that pretty much. Even when I go to casinos, I'll get like an alcoholic hot chocolate, like a hot chocolate with Baileys in it. It's like, oh my God.
In
So good.
Montana, it's Alpines. It's hot chocolate with peppermint schnapps. Yum.
Okay.
Yummers. Yeah,
That.
that's Alpine. That's an Alpine. But here they don't know what an Alpine is. I ordered an Alpine once and they looked at me like I was from outer space. They have no clue.
Yeah, until you said what it was, I didn't know what Alpines was, and I said pepper schnapps. Like, oh, okay.
Around here, they don't even really have peppermint schnapps. It's different, it's different, but
Yeah,
I would not buy a bottle of Bailey's itself. I like Omara's, the wine based, better than Bailey's. I mean, it's $90 for a small bottle of Bailey's. That's insane. That's stupid. I would never
Wait,
pay
really?
that. Oh yeah.
No.
Yep.
Wait, is that because of like tariffs or something? Because last time I bought a big ass bottle for like $50.
Actual Bailey's? Oh no, go price it now. It's really expensive.
Well, I'm on my no alcohol thing now, and I don't know. I got Comic-Con in 2 weeks or like 10 days, and everyone's gonna want to buy me drinks, and I don't know how to tell them no. I don't know how to. I can't.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I gotta come up with an excuse that says like, oh, like maybe I could just act.
You're allergic to alcohol.
No one's gonna believe that. Like,
I don't want it, but thank you. I'll take some orange juice.
I need some. I don't like OJ either.
That's not the point. The point is you can't say no. Just say no. You're allowed.
I'll try. I'll let you know how it goes. Maybe well, okay. Or maybe I could just I'll keep you posted. Anyway, now
I'm on my grocery store app, and they don't even have it at our store. Oh wait, that's because I can't buy alcohol there. I have to go to an alcohol store. Hold on.
That'd be called a liquor store.
Yeah, duh. Like, why don't they have it at HEB?
All right, you're gonna get me going on the DoorDash now. No, not now.
I would not use DoorDash. So expensive.
Well, but you see what? Because there's a bunch of Baileys. What Baileys am I searching? Bailey's liquor?
Well, yeah, if you just regular Baileys. Mm-hmm.
Bailey's Irish cream.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the Irish cream. So this one from Major Beer, Wine, and Spirits, the Bailey's Irish Cream, 750 milliliters, is $28.99.
So 1 liter of the original. There's like 86 different flavors now. They have red velvet, s'mores, churro.
Oh, they have s'mores?
Yeah. Red velvet.
I'm such a creature of habit. It's just
they have
Irish cream in my coffee, and I'm good to go.
Vanilla, cherry chocolate.
Okay, so s'mores is like the best Pop-Tart flavor, and if I could drink,
gross.
Oh my God, y'all are insane. Y'all are crazy.
It's like having some mint in your mouth and try. It's like same with pretzels. It's like trying to chew some mint. It like gets this wad of crap in your mouth. Well, that's Pop-Tarts to me. Ick, no.
I don't see Bailey's as minty though. It's not. Maybe it is, and my taste is off.
It's not minty. Bailey's isn't minty.
Yeah. So what'd you say? It's mint. Oh, you're comparing it to mint. Okay, gotcha.
Cement.
Cement. Eating
Oh,
cement.
cement. Okay, gotcha.
Hey, Crypto Mike, I see you out there, buddy.
Howdy. So there's a 1.75 liter bottle for 52, and guys, I want it so bad. But I will refrain.
Yes.
Just say no.
Okay. Anyway, we've gone over the origins of your name, and shit. Okay, my item was delivered. But I really want to hear your answer. But we could go over around how many. Actually, I could just take you with me. Go on an adventure. All right. There's people that
a good adventure.
There are people that diversify, and there are people that say, well, I could diversify, however, the things that people want me to diversify in will only get me like a 3x or a 5x. So I'm going to just stick to this one thing that I think will give me like a 50 or 100x. Can you tell me what crypto strategy you go and you partake in? Do you diversify in a bunch of different projects? Do you stick with just one or two? Tell us about that.
In the days when I could invest, and you'll through this conversation, you'll figure out why I don't anymore much. It's really important to diversify your portfolio. I mean, everybody should have a little bit of Bitcoin. Is Ethereum going bye-bye? No. Is BSC going bye-bye? No. There are things that are in that lower, that top 100 that you can still get a 5x, 100x on, things like that. So it's just a matter of where the market's going. There's a few tokens that I really like, or a few coins that I really like. But most of the time I really kind of stay away from what we call shit coins. I don't have a lot of diversity in that. I am not into the pump and dump. I don't have that pump and dump mentality. And I would rather put my money somewhere where it's a little bit safer. And there are projects that I will invest in if they're, long-term projects, and depending on what they're doing to, keep going, into the future. But for the most part, yeah. Like, okay, I won't invest in all those Solana pump and dumps and stuff like that, all that craze.
Okay, so safety over ROI. And you said when you did invest, so do you have any holdings now, or do you just work for companies that
I don't work for companies. I have a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but for the most part, I mean, everything that I had in crypto has gone into the project. So, when I first started BNB, I love BNB. I love BSC. I love where that's been and gone and what it's doing now. So I've always been bullish on that. And that's been Rune, Thorchain Rune. Oh, I've always liked that one, even with some of the problems that they've had. But I believe that it's a kind of a no-brainer, easy 5 to 10x on that. That's just not financial advice to anybody that's listening. I've talked about it for a long time, and it's been up, and then there was some scare stuff that happened, and it went way down. And what a buy price that was at, and now it's come back up. So, it's just a matter of watching the market, watching the trends, and really trying to stay on a path that's going to, make your money work for you. Work harder, not smarter, or work smarter, not harder. That's work smarter, not harder. And but my time in crypto has really been, I'm working really freaking hard. So that's just how it's been. And I've taken my lessons along the way. I mean, when you hit, a lot of money in like 21, and you don't take any profits with that, or very little profits with that, you learn lessons. And I've learned a lot of hard lessons since I started in crypto.
Okay, so tell me about the project. You said most things that you had in crypto has gone to the project. Which project are you talking about?
I have a crypto project. We've been here about 2.5 years. We started out as a little kind of gaming token. Oh, the project's kind of a long story, man. I mean, where do I start?
What's it called?
Well, originally it was called Playworld, and I started it because a community that I was in and loved was rugged by somebody I would have called friend. I visited their home. I, broke bread with them. We went to lunch. I hung out with their kids, that kind of thing. And they rugged the project, and it hurt a lot of people. And at that time, I just wanted to start a project to, you know, have some fun, everybody make a few dollars. And going from the ETH that project was on, I did BSC because it was so much, you know, less expensive at the time. You know, 2.5 years ago, ETH was still pretty expensive to even, you know, play with. So doing BSC, it made it so that people could put $10 in or $20 in and not have to worry about high gas fees and stuff like that. And over time, you know, we just rebranded, and we also had somewhat a CTO with this Passion World. So I had Passion World Playworld token, and we're merging those into one token and launching on a new blockchain. So lots of things are happening. It's been a long road, Randy. It has. It's been a horrible long road, and being scammed, being hurt, being lied about, being lied to, and I just never quit. You know, I have a community that I answer to, and I have a lot of respect for the people in my community, whether they've invested $1 or $10,000 or whatever. I have the same respect for that person that put in $1 because it's, you know, they're still trusting me with that dollar. So, even through all the bullshit, can I say that on it?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Through all the bad stuff, I just never quit. You know, you just keep pivoting, you keep finding a way, you keep going, you keep growing. And we're doing that. And we've been doing that every single day. And right now we're in a very good place as a project, and our future is looking really bright. So coming off the kind of fun aspect of Play World and what have you, in Passion World, and doing the rebrand, you know, more of a professional persona. I'm still hitting a little bit in that meme culture that, you know, is crypto, but I'm growing into that serious company, and doing the things that we're doing is, you know, more of reaching into the future. I'm a huge believer in giving back. So we do NFTs that do passive income, and almost everything I do has a passive income attached. I've given away about 50%, maybe between 50 and 60% of most everything that we're building and own.
So can you tell us about the game?
What game?
Well, you said it's like a game, right?
We started out as a gaming token, not so much a gaming token, but a gaming project where the idea was to, you know, play games and have some fun. A metaverse was supposed to be built, and that was kind of based on, you know, IRL type stuff, like having a lake and blah, blah, blah. And everything has changed. Everything has changed since the beginning, and we don't have the games anymore. We are looking at a casino. We're supposed to have a casino that was built for us, and the developer, again, did not do a great job. I've never really truly released it. You can go play it, the games work, but it looks like crap, and I won't put that out to the public. You know, you can go play it. There's nothing wrong with the games or whatever. It just doesn't look good. So I do have a new developer now, that has multiple teams. So we're getting our builds done simultaneously, and they're looking really good now, and our future's big and bright. So those people with the NFTs will be very happy very soon. And we're doing our LLC. Like I said, we rebranded. Wealth Vibe, VYBE, is the umbrella company, and it will be the token. And then we have Art Vibe, that is the NFT marketplace. And it's not like some little marketplace. We will rival some of the biggest marketplaces out there once everything is said and done. And then there's Vibe Sale, which is going to be a token launchpad that is getting built currently. It was supposed to be done in March. Of course, we had a lot of struggle with people that scammed us out of a lot of money, and developers that didn't do what they said that they were going to do. Or just took the money and ran and didn't produce anything. It's been a long road, like I said. Just didn't stop. And I have a wonderful, wonderful community, and a group of private investors that have helped out along the way. And they're finally starting to see the fruits of their investment. So it's good. It's good now.
So for the launch pad, and we'll go backwards, forwards here. Mm-hmm. For the launch pad, if there's a new project that wants to launch their token, what are some things that you could offer for your launch pad that maybe Spores Network wouldn't be able to offer, and why would they go with you aside from them?
Well, I don't know what that is, but we're going to offer like a free airdrop tool. If anybody knows anything about those, I don't really want to throw people under the bus, but like Pink Sale, it's $1 per address. Another one that I looked was 85 cents per address. So we're going to offer a free airdrop tool. And there'll be, you know, things like the token lockers, there'll be farming tools and stuff like that. And support. You know, one of the things that I've noticed a lot through some of the platforms I've attempted to use is number one, support and how to get that. And number two, you know, easy to use. So if somebody that is new to crypto, you new to the different aspects of whether you're launching a token, trying to deal with an NFT, whatever, you want it to be easy for them to figure out, easy for them to navigate. And I think that as we do our builds and we go through it, I make sure that it's grandma friendly as much as possible. I want people to make, you know, have it easy. You know, I don't want them to have to struggle and try to go read or watch a, you know, YouTube video for 5 hours trying to figure out how to do something on one of our platforms. That's not going to bring adoption.
So on the, when you said that you're going to offer some things for free and you're going to offer support, how are you guys going to make money on it? Like, will you get a certain amount of the token launch of whenever, like, how do you guys get paid?
There'll be a fee, just like there is like on Gempad, Pink Sale, all the other ones that you can launch a token on. There's a fee to launch your token, and then there's a percentage that's taken off of what's raised. We'll lower that percentage, you know, compared to what other people are charging. Why do I do that? Because you can still make money without being greedy. And I really want to support some of these projects out there that are trying to do good. Of course, you know, we're a platform. We can't, you know, no financial advice. I'm not telling anybody to invest in anything. It's just a tool for people to use. So I'm not saying go invest in anything that's launched. But, you know, when you provide tools that are less expensive, projects tend to survive a little bit longer or a little bit better. And a lot of people come into this thinking, oh, I'm going to go launch a token. It's going to be fun and all this. Well, if you're serious about it, it's not cheap and it's not fun. It's a lot of work and it's very expensive. The space is very expensive to build in and work in, especially if you're like me and not a developer. I mean, I can't develop anything. I pay people to do that. So, you know, you either get stuck with really bad developers or scammers, which I've dealt with, until you get to the point that I am after, you know, 2.5 years to have a good team in place. And I want to have little projects that, you know, people do care about, to have an avenue where they're not scrambling to pay, you know, tens of thousands of dollars to bring something to their community. So we'll have staking that'll be affordable. We'll have token launching that'll be affordable. We'll have, you know, different aspects to make it easier for people. Even the NFT platform is less expensive than most. So, you know, I researched how much is it here and how much is it there. So most of them are 10% across the board. We take 8% of your NFT sale. 2.5% of a listing, we take 2%. So little things like that, but it does add up. It does add up for a project. And when you're, you know, trying to get out there and make some money for your company, for your project and your community, that 2% makes a big difference.
You mentioned that you're going to have one of the biggest marketplaces or it's going to rival some of the other bigger marketplaces that are out there. How do you plan to do that?
Oh, we'll be marketing. We'll be marketing. So we just launched the new marketplace. We have had another one in the past, and it just wasn't good enough. So the new one, VeVe, VYBE, ART, VYBE, just launched, and so
where can I find it?
VYBE.com, ARTVYBE.com. And so that was just launched, and we're going through fixing some bugs. There's never anything that's launched is perfect at first. Never, ever. I don't care how much you test it, it'll never come out perfect. So we're going in and fixing little bugs and stuff like that. But overall, it's really great. The features that we have are really, really amazing. You know, the searchability, and then a lot of people will complain about certain things, and it's because they don't understand NFTs or how platforms work. In fact, I was one of those at the beginning of this. So I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot in this process. But I love NFTs. I love the blockchain, and I love how NFTs and the blockchains and the smart contracts, how they all work together, and what a big future. And we'll talk about that later in this, because it's meaningful to me, and there's something that we're doing on the marketplace that's rather special.
So I just taking a look at the art vibe right now. You have BSC, you have Base, you have Polygon. Base is incredible, up and coming.
Yep.
What is Roberta?
That is the Roberta testnet. We'll hit on that just a little bit later, Randy, because that's going to be a little bit longer story.
Okay.
And those are just the first 3 chains. We want to make sure everything's working and whatever, and we will add more chains. You will see another newer blockchain called VSC on there, Vector Smart Chain. There's also going to be several others. So those aren't all of the chains on there. We will have 10 chains.
Okay. The guy who, I forget his name, the guy who owns like Pudgy Penguins right now, had mentioned that in a tweet, maybe like a month or 2 ago, that OpenSea is not giving him any royalties. Like they're not guaranteeing the royalties, like as some people with the NFTs have, we have an 8% royalty or whatever.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, can you guys guarantee the royalties that are built in?
No, so I'll explain why, because a lot of people don't understand this. In fact, like I said, I didn't understand it at first either. So Pudgy Penguins or anybody can set a royalty on their NFT. As long as the NFT is sold through that marketplace, it can't be changed. But if somebody with a Pudgy Penguin takes it from OpenSea, then they can remove that royalty. And it doesn't matter which platform it's off of, it's going to happen. So we encourage people to buy, sell, trade on the platform that they purchase from, because there is a reason for the royalty, and the creators deserve that royalty. There is something, but that's why it's not because of OpenSea itself, but they can't stop that except for on their platform. Now, if it's being sold on their platform without that royalty, there's a problem. That's a problem. Yeah. But they could come sell one on my platform, and I couldn't stop them from removing the royalty. Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one of the biggest things I had the honor to go to Shiba Fest with Andrew Prater a couple of years ago, 3 years ago now, maybe, with Sequoia Forest Project. And I got to meet a lot of musicians through that. And I really listened to the problems that they have. And hopefully with this platform, you're going to see something a little bit different. It's not fully on there yet, but it will be. And we're going to make it so that the NFTs that are sold by the musicians will not leave the platform. It will not be a downloadable link. What does that mean? It means that they can't be put out on YouTube. It means that they can't be, given to somebody else. They can't be shared with somebody else. They will have to come to the platform or go through their wallet to actually listen to it, which will not only bring them back to the platform, but it's going to protect them, because when it can't leave the platform, they can't remove the royalties, right?
Yeah.
So the music that's traded and whatever on our platform, the musician, when they put their royalty on, it'll stay, and nobody can take that away from them. And nobody can go, put it on YouTube or whatever, because it's not going to be downloadable. We'll have a player and everything ready on the marketplace. So these are the types of things that I do think of, and hopefully it will help them in the future when all that's set up. We've got the files available already, but not the player yet. So these are, and you'll be able to go in and just play a snippet. So you'll be able to go in and get, your preview and stuff like that. But I do try to think of the projects and the people that are creating, because they put time into this. A lot of them put time into that. Some of them it's just AI. It is. Some of them they put in the prompts, but some of it is still pretty hard to do, to get it just right. I mean, working with AI is never perfect. I mean, I've seen people put out stuff on Twitter all the time that has 8 fingers and 6 toes and 2 ears and on each side, different things like that. They don't pay attention. I pay attention to detail, and I do look for stuff like that. So so we'll cater to the musicians, and hopefully as much as we can to the creators, unlike other platforms. So I'm not here to bash other platforms. Everybody has their thing. But we do support those people that are, using our platform as well. We'll hold spaces for them. We do content and push it out. We'll do mint parties if they want to. I have not been real active because, we want to make sure the platform was better and better. But the features that we have, it's so easy to navigate. If you're on there, Randy, I mean, you can click on base and it'll bring up the base collections. They're not there yet, but we're in the process of moving them all over.
Yeah.
If you click on BSC, it'll bring up those collections. You can look at the volume. You can look at all kinds of different things.
I just saw that, taking a look at the minting of the collections here. I know you said you just started this website. I'm seeing Sinister Clowns, Innocents, Ninja Hotties, Playworld, Nerd Buddies, and those were just on the
those were on the old NFT marketplace. So we're we're moving things over.
How many users do you have per day? Like people that are on the website and taking a look at things, and maybe not necessarily buying or minting, but how many people do you have on here right now?
I cannot answer that question at this point. I don't know. Like I said, we just launched this. The old platform, we were getting some traffic, but it was mainly friends and family because it was never up to my standards. I was never proud of that platform. And so I never really pushed it very much. This new platform, if there's a problem, the new developers, I've been in a meeting. That's why I'm tired today because I was up early. In a meeting with them. Anything that we find, we go in and fix it right away. So we're fixing the bugs, and then I'll go out and I'll talk my face off about it. So we'll end up with a lot of traffic. Okay. I'm not afraid to talk. So.
Okay, cool. What's the collection that's had the most volume so far?
The collection with the most volume so far.
I know there's a lot. I see Gorilla Gems. I see Phoenix Pigs. I see Red Friday, Rex C4, Talent Access, and there's so many. So I was just wondering if any of them stand out.
I would probably say my Nerd Buddies, believe it or not, actually is pretty close to being sold out. There's also a collection that is not on there currently that was on VSC chain, the Vector Smart chain, called Grand Pepe. They did very, very well. They are doing very, very well with their collection. And those will be moved over hopefully by the end of the week as we get Vector Smart Chain on there for one of the chains. BSC has been our most popular so far, believe it or not. That's what most of the collections on there, not just mine, but other people's collections. A lot of them are on BSC and a few on base. We had one on Polygon, and so I mean, most of it on that. The backpack, the Gorilla Gems backpack thing, that is a charity. That is a charity raise, you guys. It's about $10, and they're filling backpacks for kids, and they're doing different things, for school, for these kids. So I just put the collection on there just to help them raise some money. I was not gonna lie, kind of disappointed at how many people didn't care, but I've learned in the last 2.5 years, people can say that they care all they want about charity, but they really don't. They really don't care. They're here to make money. They don't care about your charity. They don't care about the things that you love. So if you really care about a charity, you just want to kind of set some money aside from your project to donate to charity. But the Gorilla Gems, I was just trying to help them out. They didn't raise as much as they'd hoped for the kids. And so, whatever helps. So for about $10, go on there and buy one of those there if you can. I don't know if they're available to purchase at this point yet. We just got them moved over. And the Rex Academy ones that you were kind of laughing at, the silly. So that is actually a really interesting NFT and project. So Rex, he has an academy in Nigeria, and a lot of people have run into, sorry guys, I'm not going to sugarcoat things, a lot of Nigerian scammers, right? Well, his academy, he takes care of them and teaches them skills. So he teaches them how to be a, good member of society and how to make money. So he teaches them skills like the graphic designs, how to, deal with social media, things like that. And I've actually hired on my staff full time several people from his academy, and they deal with all the social media, all the posts out there. They're not from me. I don't have time for that. So they're wonderful. They really are. And that is a 45-day person. So you're buying a person for 45 days that can come in and help you with your social media and things like that, set up your social calendar, teach you how to do the things that they're going to do for you in that 45 days. And I can tell you, I pay triple to 5 times that for one person for 30 days, let alone 45 days for that price. So it's worth every penny if you have a project out there and you just need some help, or, you know, and it's worth every penny. So go grab one of those NFTs. What he does is really great, and teaching them skills that are going to, you know, help them better their lives. It's a really great project.
What's the most ridiculous one that you've seen? We're not bad mouthing, but just I look at the one nuts. It looks like it has like
that shouldn't be there. When I get my admin panel later today, I'll be able to remove that. That was just a test one. But it was
curious though, because like I want to know the story behind, like, how does this squirrel know how to operate a Beats by Dre headphone?
I don't know.
And like how does it?
When we moved some of these collections over, it brought over some of the test collections that shouldn't have been brought. You know that
you should keep this one though,
because so like, that's not a real collection.
He's shooting peanuts out of a cannon though, like that. Like if anything,
I told him to do that whole collection. I told him he should do a collection with it because it was funny.
Yeah, like I would like maybe one of the traits could be like, because you see how like two of these peanuts are like shucked or unshucked or whatever. Maybe there's a special trait where all of them are unshucked, or there's a trait where like you see like a blue peanut M&M or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah. That was a guy that was testing the other marketplace for us with us. He's his name's Kalu, and he's with Me and You podcast. So he has a podcast, and he kind of does some cool stuff out there, but he was just helping us test. So that's all that was a test collection. I was like, it's cute though. You should be putting out a collection for that.
Yeah, I want to write a story.
The actual most ridiculous collection, the one that I would be laughing at the most, or the one that I just think is like, why is this on there? I mean,
give me two. Give me one each.
The why is this on there? The most. Oh gosh. Okay. Sorry, Greg. I would have to say the Pangea rewards, which you can't see on there right now, because they never. I mean, 5 collections. I had to jump through hoops to get these 5 collections on there, and then he never sold one. He never even like told his community about it. I was like, why did you waste time, the money? So I was just like, why, you know, why did you do that? As far as my favorite one on there, which I wish would sell out, is Booty Trap. Why is that? It's just a few collections of butts, female butts. We have an 18+ section on there. And with those butts, there's one of them in there that's not a female butt. It's like a male hairy butt. So I just think that was a kind of a fun, you know, aspect to that collection. I would like to see that. I'd like to see that mint out because I want to see the hairy butt. I want to see the one that's not supposed to be there. Yeah. So those are and then those founders NFTs that you see on there, those are mine for the passive income. And there's another one that's not on there yet that's called Forge NFT. But those founders NFT, they give back to the community. There's passive income behind all those. They give out certain percentages of what we make on the marketplace, of what we will be making on the launch pad, what we will be making on the casino, things like that.
There's I don't know if DEVVE had told you that I write comics for VeVe. I really want to do one for Nuts, but if you said Nuts has no official owner and no official community, it'd be a moot point. What can you tell me about someone who might want to collab, like a story? I don't know what this is, and if that's a real thing.
God, that's mine.
I mean, I could write a story about anything, about how this chicken is
that's a rooster. It's not a chicken, it's a rooster.
This rooster is the chosen one because he has an all red, you know, whatever he has, and everyone else has spotted ones, and he's the purest one. And
if you click on the merch tab, there's a little thing on there for books. That'll be books and ebooks. I do have somebody that is sending me constant content right now that is working on an ebook. What are you looking at?
It says no merch found.
Well, no, because nothing's in there yet. I'm going to explain that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to explain that merch section here in just a bit too. Yeah. So we will end up being, if it kills me, if I die trying, we will be the Amazon of NFTs. We have partnered. Here's some alpha for you, Randy. We have partnered with a manufacturing company. I'm going to say it that way. A clothing manufacturing company. So where you see the clothes, that will be filled up pretty soon.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're a clothing designer out there, or you have a project out there, now we can screen print your logo or whatever for your projects if you want merch. We can do the Printify, Shopify stuff, but we really want to focus on some high quality lines, designer lines. So if you are creative out there, if you are a designer out there already, maybe you're already out there designing clothes and you need to figure out how you can get that to the masses, or how are you going to get those manufactured, and you don't want that polyester cotton blend of your underwear, and you want something Peruvian cotton,
Who wears
Brazilian
underwear
cotton,
anymore?
high I don't wear underwear either, but some higher quality cottons and things like that, where that t-shirt that you're normally making $1.50 on because it's a $15 product through a drop shipper, what if that $20 t-shirt you can sell it for $80 or $100, right? Come knock on my door, guys. There's a huge market for that, so you can be Nike. You can be, and we can make that happen for you, and then we can sell it through an NFT. And it's really cool stuff. I won't go into too much more detail on that, but yeah, we will be the Amazon of NFTs. So there's a lot of things that you can sell through an NFT that people don't really realize, whether it's something like an ebook, whether it's your music, tennis shoes, your t-shirt, your hat, your jewelry. So I mean, if you're on Etsy, why not put it in an NFT? You don't have to be on Etsy. Why give Etsy all that money? Because on Etsy, you're paying quite a bit to Etsy. We take 8% of everything sold, flat out. It's not going to change. So whether you sold something for $1 or for $10,000, it's just 8% to us.
I think part of the reason why people are maybe not okay with, but they put up under protest with the fees of eBay and the fees of Etsy and the fees of everything, is because they have that audience there, and they wouldn't be able to get their item in front of that amount of people. So that's just kind of like cost of doing business. That's their tax.
Absolutely.
I know you said you have marketing that you guys are going to do, and you get so the incentives are there because you guys have much less fees. You guys don't take as much money. The incentive to go to you guys is there because of the added profit margin that other companies can get by launching with you.
Right.
But the audience is the thing. Like, what's the marketing campaign strategy?
Well, we'll start small. We'll start on Twitter. I'm doing the X Spaces, and I'm not an idiot. I know that that's not going to be enough. We will be. I need a drink of water here, Randy. Hang on.
Drink a Bailey's. Let's go.
Actually, I'm drinking strawberry milk right now.
Oh, all right, that's cool. Like Nesquik, or like.
Yeah, and it was actually really gross because it was like a Smith's brand of strawberry stuff. It was really gross.
Yeah. While you're drinking that, Justinify, there is no details on the potential collab with VeVe and whatnot. Maybe at some point, maybe at Comic-Con, they'll give us something. But as of right now, there's no details on it. Yeah. So you mentioned Twitter. That you guys would. Yeah,
so that's just the starting point. We'll start doing like boosting posts and things like that. We will be. I do have a new project manager, so we will be reaching out, and we will actually hire a marketing company. So we're working on the LLC, and it's a step-by-step thing. It doesn't come overnight, and it's not cheap. So. Yeah. But we will get the marketing out there. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not afraid to walk into a space. I'm not afraid to raise my hand. I'm not afraid to talk about things that we're doing. I'm not afraid to approach people for partnerships or collaborations. And we're doing some really big stuff, Randy. So I'm trying, when I kind of stutter, it's because I'm trying not to say something that I shouldn't say yet. That's a lot of it. But yeah, no, I'm not done when it comes to that. I am aware that we need to do the marketing, and it will come and it will happen. So,
do you know Joe on Chain?
Joe on Chain?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is he with On Chain?
No. But he's.
I know Joe with On Chain, so I'm like, yeah.
Oh, I know On Chain. Like I know them, but I don't think these two are in any type of way like associated with each other. But it's just that Joe's got, I'm looking at him now, he's got 9,600 followers, and he's got a space every Monday. And I usually go on around 6, but there's usually like 80 to 100 people there. And I know it's like, bro, that's like not a lot of, that's not like a ton of people, but it's usually people that are kind of, it's a lot of people showing their stuff, but it's also a lot of people going and saying, hey, I like, they're just looking for undervalued projects. So speaking of undervalued, you've had you said that the token's coming out soon, right?
Yes. So we are working with a new blockchain called Roberna.
Okay.
And he's also got the development teams. So Roberna Labs is actually building for us right now. And we partnered with Roberna for many things at this point. And part of that is the manufacturing that we're going to be dealing with. And part of that is supporting their blockchain. And I love their narrative. I love what they do. I do come from BSC. That is my first love. And not going to lie, it was a really, really thought out decision to do this. But I believe in Lars. I believe in the Roberna blockchain. I believe in the things that they're doing. They are the first true, global global friendly blockchain out there. They really are. That's their narrative. I know they do a lot with trees. They do a lot with, combating what's going on with polluting the planet type of stuff. So I love the narrative with them. They have been live before, and then they had an issue and they pulled it instead of, having something that could possibly harm people out there. He just immediately pulls it. He's very, I don't even know how to say the word, respectful.
How long was it pulled for?
What's that?
How long was that pulled for? Like how long was it down?
It's been pulled for over a year, I believe. They're getting ready now to relaunch that blockchain. And so there's already projects that are working with it and building with it. And we are going to launch on the Roberna blockchain. It's an opportunity for us to get in on something ground floor and new, which is potentially tons and tons of growth for our token, right? Tons of growth for the token potentially. And not only that, but our new contract, we merge those two Playworld and Passion World tokens together, and it'll be it's a rewarding contract now. So those people that have been holding those tokens and never sold tokens and stuff, at least they'll get something, towards, being that solid floor holder that they have been for 2.5 years. So I appreciate that. So that's why we made the token rewarding. The tax at first is going to be a little bit high. It'll be 8% buy tax and 10% sell tax, 4% going to that holders, that pool for there. Then there's 2% that'll go into marketing and development to help us continue to market and pay for everything. And 2% in and the 4% out will go to LP to make sure that our LP is growing strong. Once the LP is as strong as I need it or want it to be, then we'll pull back that tax and we'll set it at 4 or 5% with 100% of that going to the holders. So, and then after that, the taxes won't be touched. But that's the plan. And I just love the community, and I appreciate that those people have held the floor for so long. It's time that they got something for, just holding the token.
There's when you guys launch, or when as you guys release, what are some of the other tokenomics on it? Like how much of the token?
There's a 1 billion supply.
Okay.
What else you want to know? I don't know the market cap and stuff like that at this point. The starting price should be right around 303-ish.
Okay. And the wait, so there's a billion?
There's a billion supply. And interesting enough, most of that billion supply will be eaten up. There will not be a lot of supply left. So that's kind of bullish, actually.
Do you know how much will be in the liquidity pool at the start?
About 50,000 in liquidity, so that puts us at about $100,000 liquidity pool, because that's the 50,000 cash, and then it's paired with the tokens, so it'll give us about 100,000.
Damn. So I feel like the price of the tokens should actually be more than 0003, because if you have 1 billion tokens, okay, it's 300K. But if a third of that is in liquidity, that's really, really good. That's really strong. Like
is.
my token, daCat, doesn't even have that high, like 33%. Ours is like a fifth. It's
You have
2.3 million.
daCat, your daCat token.
Yeah, it's $2.3 million market cap, and
Your daCat token that Memezilla's already is always all over the place with.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I like to hear that. Okay.
Let me show you how dedicated I am to daCat. Got my daCat tattoo over there that I just got. So
well, at least I've heard of you, because I definitely know Gondabo and Memezilla and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, Memezilla is pretty awesome. They're always shouting us out. Well, we always win the thing, so that's why.
Yeah, which is really annoying. So I just quit trying because of you. I'm just like, whatever. I'm over this daCat people. Since you don't share with us.
our community's nuts. Like there are people where I don't know what they do, and maybe they have a job where they just sit at a computer, because they're constantly just voting, and they're making other accounts and they're voting, and I was like, oh my god, these people are crazy. It's wild. Anyway, so the liquidity that you guys have a lot. You guys will have a lot. So I'm also curious, like, who, like, some of the financiers are with this. Who's like the backers?
What do you mean?
You mentioned that you don't really buy much crypto because a lot's going into the project, but I mean, like, to put up the 50K in cash, is that just from you? Is that
we pulled about 40,000 LP out of the old tokens that'll go back in, plus a little extra.
What was the old token?
Play World and Passion World.
Is that still existing?
No, I pulled LP, and we're merging into the one token, the Wealth 5 token.
Gotcha. And the ones that had that old token, did they get like airdrops and stuff?
Yeah, they'll get their tokens.
Nice.
Nobody will lose a penny. You know what I mean? No matter what happens, no matter what our starting price is, I'll sit there and do the math from both tokens. Passion World was a little less price-wise than Play World. So yeah, I'll have to sit there and do all the freaking math, but yeah, they'll get their token. Nobody has to do anything. I knew that this was coming, and I didn't want to have people have to go through sending in tokens and doing all that. So I left the liquidity unlocked for quite a while, planning this merge. So I was able to pull the LP. Nobody has to do anything. Nobody has to send in tokens. All they're going to have to do is add the CA at the end. That's it. It'll be that simple.
So that's really cool. So if anyone wanted to, can anyone buy in like a pre-sale now? Like, are you guys raising any extra money?
We did a little private sale, but that was before we decided to go to the Roberta blockchain. And that wasn't very much. We didn't really push it. We didn't really do much with that because, like I said, the supply is already fairly low. So I really wasn't pushing that narrative.
Yeah.
But I was asked recently, please do and it was by community members, please do a pre-sale for the Roberta part of it. So we will have a pre-sale. We will have a little private pre-sale for that, for those that want to get in on the pre-Roberta launch, shall I say.
Can you tell me a bit about the Roberta blockchain?
The Roberta blockchain, like I said, they're environmentally friendly.
Carbon neutral, which is good.
Yeah.
Nice. I like blockchains like that.
Me too.
Can that, like, if you guys are eventually going to have a very, very competitive marketplace with a lot of people on there,
yes.
How many transactions per second can the Roberta blockchain do?
I know a bunch of the testing stuff. I believe that there's like 900 to 1,000 users on there right now already that are using the test net. So that's really bullish. That's really bullish.
All right, so they can. I mean, having 1,000 per second is good. That's great. Most people probably are never gonna need to have.
That's how many projects and people, individual wallets are using it right now. Last I looked, and that was like a week or so ago. So it could be more now. People, like I said, are already using it. There's already projects that are planning to launch on it. So it's not going to be some dead thing when they first start up.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how scalable that is. Like, can they do 10,000 transactions per second?
Of course.
That'd be cool to see. I'm curious about that.
I would hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be awesome if they're super scalable, if they're super fast. What is the settlement time for transactions that are on there? Like how quickly
You
can
have
it
to
settle?
ask the developer for Roberna all those questions.
Okay.
I won't speak for them. I can get him. You can have him on another time and ask all these questions because I love what he's doing. Yeah, there you go. You got another show.
Machine.
Yeah, and he's pretty amazing. He's probably one of my favorite people in crypto right now. Besides, some of my community members. Um, like I said, we've had a long road, Randy, and it's been a hard road. And I'm going to get emotional, to have a developer that cares about you being successful. He cares that his builds are good through his teams, so that way your project is successful. That is a breath of fresh air and something we have not dealt with up until this point. To have somebody that I can message and say, hey, this is a problem, and it's fixed within hours sometimes, or minutes if it can be. It doesn't sit out there. I don't get ignored. I don't get disrespected. It's a way different way of doing business than what I've experienced in this space. So when you have that much respect for somebody, and they're putting out a blockchain, and with the way that they treat you, the way that they treat the community, the way that they are, it's really hard not to migrate towards that and to want to support that. And we will be supporting the Roberna blockchain, not only on the marketplace, but also on the launchpad. They'll be there, anything that we do and everything that we do. And they do a lot of tree planting, tree restoration, forest restoration. And you'll see some NFTs to buy some trees. And he's already out there. They buy the lands and they put trees up, and it's really an incredible thing that he does. So I'm really excited about this partnership. I'm really excited about working with Roberna. And even though it's, not going to lie, it's a little bit scary, launching on a new blockchain, but I believe in what they're doing. And I believe that as far as the project goes, how exciting what if that blockchain ends up in the top 20? What is that going to mean for our project, right? Or even the top 100 when you're coming from down to the bottom to being, yeah. So
even in top 200, like that's going to be so much money flowing into crypto.
Exactly. So, it's an opportunity for us as a company and us as a token project as well to get in on the ground floor of something that could be very exciting. So it could be very lucrative for everybody in the project, right? Whether it's a token holder, an NFT holder, whatever, it's an opportunity that very few get. So I think that we're going to take advantage of it. And like I said, working with Roberna has been fabulous. So if you're a project out there and you're on the fence and you're not sure where to launch, I highly recommend, not financial advice, but I highly recommend, shoot me a chat and we'll get you connected, because I think it's pretty bullish to launch on there.
Yeah. Do we have a timeline on like, hey, our token is going to launch in this quarter, like Q1 of next year?
We're going to be launched before then. We're talking sometime in September, sometime in October.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're not sitting out that
so
far.
Soon.
Yeah, if he said that we were going to be launching sometime in mid 2026, I would not make my holders wait that long. That would be such a shitty thing for me to say and do. I will not do that.
So shit, this is soon.
Yeah, soon. Like I said, we migrated, and when I pulled the LP, we were still planning on launching on BSC. So that was the plan, and I planned on launching within a couple weeks. And then this opportunity, laid down at our feet, and I'm like, I can't pass it up. It is such an opportunity for our community. I don't even know if they can really understand that and wrap their head around it. I know that there's a lot of fear when there's change, but sometimes change is what brought us here, right? Our need for change. Most people that are my age And my mentality of come to crypto because of the financial freedom and getting away from, the grip that the government has on us. Some people are here thinking that their $20 is a lottery ticket in the Solana, pump and dumps or whatever. But my mentality is really about generational wealth. And I price the NFTs for the passive income so that everybody should be able to come in and purchase at least one of them that can possibly be, and I don't give promises or guarantees. This is crypto and it is still the wild, wild west, but it is a very inexpensive way for people to possibly make life-changing money on an investment that is not a pump and dump. We're growing, and like I said, it's been a long road, and but we're finally here, and we're finally able to build, and we're finally able to, show for me. I'm finally able to keep my word to these people because of the developers and the difference in how they are, and so watching it get built, watching my dream come to life, and hopefully someday very soon I will be able to see their dreams come to life, which is the whole purpose of Wealth Vibe. I want to see people be able to pay off their mortgage, buy their dream boat, take a vacation, send their kids through college, retire, whatever their dreams are. I truly believe that we can achieve that through the passive income on the Forge NFTs and the Founders NFTs. I truly do, or I wouldn't be doing this.
So this is a big project, and obviously there's a company called VeVe where they launched their NFTs back in like November of 2020. Mm-hmm. And people that were holding the token, they were like super excited, like, hey, we're finally launching these NFTs. It's been forever. It's going to be great. And then like some things sold, but nothing really sold really for like a couple of months. And then Logan Paul did a thing, and then and then everything sold out like super quickly. So there's a chance that when you launch, maybe some things sell and some things, you get some users, but I've seen it before where sometimes things launch and they happen, and it just, things don't happen for like a couple of months, and it just takes that one catalyst to go and make everything go crazy. I assume that's what you're planning to do with marketing as well as you launch, like, hey, try to get that catalyst going in soon. What would be a dream collab for you? Like, what would be a dream collab of somebody going in and talking about you, whether it's like Andre Jick or whether it's like someone that's a sports superstar, NFL player, wins the Super Bowl. I'm going to buy this NFT. What would be a dream collab for you?
The dream collab? I mean, seriously, you're going to think that I'm nuts when I say this.
Okay.
So I probably shouldn't say it.
No, say it. Go.
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly.
Taylor Swift?
No. Oh,
Mick Jagger?
No.
Me?
No.
I need to know.
She's laughing at me. I can hear her.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, we want to hear. Peer pressure.
Bruno Mars.
Okay.
If Bruno Mars said, I'm going to go buy an NFT from Krypto Krissy with Wealth Vibe, that right there would be like...
I love
it. Yeah, Bruno Mars. Yeah, he's just a little sweetheart, isn't he?
Does he have Twitter?
Huh?
Does he have Twitter?
I don't know.
Oh, he does have Twitter.
Don't tell me that. I'll be his new follower. I try not to do. Yeah.
And he posts too. He posted 12 hours ago.
Don't say things like that. I really try to keep my Twitter some political and crypto. That's, fine. Oh, stop it. He's only a blue check. Why isn't he a gold check? Come on, Bruno. You got the money.
I don't think he needs to be a gold check. I think people just know.
How many followers does he have?
41 million.
Oh, that's it.
That's all. That's all.
He follows mostly people in the music industry. But I don't see why he wouldn't eventually. Who the heck is... He follows this girl named Kim. I'm Kim, age 62, blind since birth, Christian, hooligan, followed by Bruno Mars since 2015. I don't know. She's got like 2,700 or 2,800 followers, and one of them is Bruno Mars, and I don't know why.
That's funny. That's kind of cool. You
Yeah.
never know. I mean, that was, 10 years ago. Probably
still
somebody
follows.
that, yeah, who knows? That's straight up cool though.
But anyway, you just gotta reach out. Like I've had people on that I shouldn't have had on, like but you ask and sometimes they say yes. It happens. Like I had Biden's campaign manager on. I've had royalty on. I've had Prince Manvendra Gohil on. So like it's like it doesn't make sense. But sometimes glitch in the matrix happens in your favor. It's like in Monopoly. A banking error has been made in your favor. Here's $100.
Yeah. But yeah, so Bruno Mars would be my dream. But in the crypto space, I don't know about in the crypto space. I really am not one that keeps up with the influencers. It definitely wouldn't be David Glockenschlop.
David Glockenschlop?
That's what I call him.
Oh, Gokstein?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I figured.
It's yeah, right. Probably partnering with somebody like Punji Penguins. Getting to collab with somebody like Punji Penguins, even Baby Doge. I was a Baby Doge. I bought Baby Doge on pre-sale way back in the day. I was quite a degen. I had a lot of stuff. I had, Saitama back in the day. I had all kinds of stuff back in those days. Yeah, so yeah, collabs with stuff like that. Yeah, some of the top tokens. And you know what? We'll get there. We'll get there because we're going to provide solutions that they won't be able to ignore. It won't be overnight. Not going to lie. I mean, I don't expect it to be overnight. But with the things that we're doing in the background that I can't really talk about yet, and the things that we are doing now, making things better, keeping my word. That's the most important part for me.
Agreed. Logan Paul do be a scammer, though. Agreed.
Yeah, no thanks. I could go into detail on him as well.
Yeah. He's had a horrible history, but however, we'll say that before he was a scammer, he brings attention. He brings attention, and it's like, damn, that's respect. Just for that. And I heard his prime drink is very popular among the younger folk. I heard it is not nutritional at all, and it's pretty bad for you. So I can't drink that now with my diet. I'm on water and protein. I'm drinking this Jocko, non-sponsored, Jocko protein shakes. So I'm getting that bread. Anyway, is there anything that we have not gone over yet that you would like to bring attention to?
Let's see. I'm Krypto Krissy. I own VeVe. We're working on our LLC. We're about to launch a token on Roberna. Right now, the Roberna testnet is available on the ArtVibe marketplace. And why is that? Everybody can use it, guys. You can go in there and use it. You can go in there and test your NFT to make sure it looks okay or works okay. You can go in there if you're a token project, whatever you want to do. The testnet's right there for you to use. Eventually, it will be there to launch your NFTs on. So love that partnership. So ArtVibe marketplace, the Vibe sale is the coming launchpad. It is getting built currently, and we are working on some casino aspects for the Royal Vibes Casino. So we are on our way, and we're on our way in a big way. And I'd rather do it slow and steady. Like I said, it's about generational wealth through either token holdings or NFTs, especially the NFTs. So if you're not buying our NFTs, you're not paying attention. I'll tell you that right now. You're not paying attention. But yeah, so we're just working on little things with the ArtVibe website right now. But when those are done, look out, world. Here we come.
Look out, world. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's grow.
Okay. Good stuff. All dolled up. You got anything?
just really, I love this space because I learned so much. And I was thinking we could have a whole nother hour on vetting devs, vetting those.
Okay, yeah, we can go into that.
I would love to talk about that from the project, right? Like, or when you're building something or you're creating in the space. What advice? I know we don't have much more time. I do have a 12:30 stop today for me. What advice do you have for vetting those devs out, or say those audit companies or those third parties that you kind of bring into your circle for your project? Or even if you want to list off a red flag, because I think if you've been in the background of a project, you've been faced with that. And it's hard because we are in the Wild West. So it's like this fine line of, okay, do we make a post on X and tell everyone what just happened? Or, do you go the legal route if you're able to? Because sometimes I feel like it costs so much money to maybe go after someone who's wronged you that they assume that you just won't, right? And you'll just move on. And now you have to find another dev, get whatever you can, and then kind of start over. And that can be really hard for projects. And I'm just curious,
Very
like,
expensive.
Oh, so expensive. So expensive.
Yeah, I can give some really damn good advice in my opinion on this. Being scammed so many times through this process. Number one, don't pay for CMC, guys. It's all scams. So careful with that. We ended up in the middle of that. But as far as developers go, make sure that they're giving you milestones on those payments. Okay. This is what we're going to do. This is what we expect at this time. And this is what, this is what we're going to do for this amount of money. And when we reach this milestone and everything's working, then we hit the next milestone and then you pay this when this is done. So you want to look for somebody that's actually in business and, accepts payment after something is done, not before. Does that make sense? That's number one. Number two, make sure you own it. So one of the things that we've experienced is them having the control and you not having the source codes. So you want to make sure that you have every single source code, every single file involved in your build. You paid for it, you own it, period. So if you're not getting that, then you are getting ripped off. You're getting scammed, people, straight up. So make sure that you own everything that is being built that you're paying for. And make sure that you have control over that too. The previous developers, and I'm not going to name names right now, but they retained control over the marketplace. So what did that mean? That meant that they were trying to blackmail us for everything. Even when we asked for the source codes, they sent us partial codes, and most people, they're not going to even know what to look for on that, right? So make sure that you have somebody around that can look over that stuff. Make sure that you have somebody around that understands, what they're looking at as far as what you own. Set up your GitHub, guys. Set up your GitHubs. Make sure that all of that is there, that can hold all those files for you. So even what you don't understand, a true developer is going to understand all that and be able to basically rebuild it if something happens. But yeah, we were getting, pretty much blackmailed. Oh, if you want this done, it's going to cost you $600. If you want this done, it's going to cost you this much. Oh, if I want to do that, it's going to cost you this much. No, pisshead, I paid for it. So I'm not going to pay you for that. You're asking me to pay you to fix something that you should have had right in the first place. So those are huge red flags. Another red flag is communication. So if it takes them, 6 weeks to fix a problem, if they don't answer you for 4 days, that kind of stuff, that's a huge red flag, huge, big problem. The developers that we've had in the past were like that. The developer we have now, he's very accessible. And even if he doesn't answer me right away, I know he's going to answer me very soon. Never does a 24-hour period go by that something isn't said, whether it's because we're in partnership and collabs on other things, but especially now that we have the marketplace up and going, and if there's an issue, man, it's like snappy, and we're into a meeting or we're getting it fixed. So it's been, the whole experience has been completely different than what we've dealt with in the past. And the difference is now we're getting it built, and it's getting built in a way that is bullish and crazy, and it's the way it's supposed to be. It's the way it's supposed to look, and that's because he listens. It's because he gives a shit, and it's because he does what he's supposed to do. And he has development companies, you know, so it's not like I've just pulled him out of some Telegram. I didn't pull him out of some Twitter space, anything like that. It was somebody I've actually known quite a while in the space, and I didn't know that he did this because he didn't really advertise it. And one day he just kind of mentioned it. I was like, wait, what did you just say? I knew about the Roberta blockchain, but I didn't realize the rest of the things that he was doing. So he's got many teams of developers, so he can do many projects, and he builds for big, huge projects. It's not just us. And I could drop some names, but I'm not going to do that. That's his business. But yeah, so when you're out there looking for developers, you guys, you're not going to find it on Telegram. You're not going to find it on Twitter. You really want to find a project like us that can say, hey, this is a great developer. This is somebody that you want to hire. And I would recommend him every day of the week. And I wouldn't recommend one person that's ever built for us before in the past. Not one.
That's great advice.
Make sure you own it. Make sure you own it, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. There's been a couple of, and it's very hard because a lot of the devs that can do it cheaply, they're not in America. They're in this foreign country, and if you do get scammed, there's really no way to get the money back. So yeah, vetting is really really important.
Yep. And one of the things that you're going to notice too, the difference between these Web3 guys that are out here, like in Telegram and Twitter and whatever, is they are going to build using third parties. Okay. So they need Morales. They need something that's already pre-built that they can put together, you know, factories and stuff like that. A true developer builds from the ground up. It costs you a little bit more, but it's okay because it's better. And you're not relying on these third parties. We pay so much stuff, you know, for third party. We were paid so much stuff for third party applications that you should never have to do that. A true developer doesn't rely on other people's builds to piece it together and try to make something into what you need it to be. They build from the ground up and say, this is what you get. And if there is a problem, then it's something that they can deal with because they built it, right? It's not something that's third party that they're like, well, let's go find a different program for you to use then. Okay. And it's gonna decrease your cost exponentially. I mean, our bills were stacking up into the thousands on a monthly basis because of the third party stuff that we had to use. Well, we don't have to do that anymore. So, you know, you still need to pay for your hosting and stuff like that. But it's a way different. You guys will know, you know, it was a lot of learning. So yeah, when it comes to development out there, guys, and who you're hiring and who you're paying, just be so careful and do your research. You don't have to hurry. You don't have to jump into anything. Your community is going to be better off in the end, which like I said, these are lessons learned, guys. I have a leather back, and we're in it for we're into it, you know. I won't even get into the hundreds of thousands that we've put into development that netted us nothing, you know, no revenue or anything, just because the developers basically screwed us. And that's just not a nice place to be. So, yeah. So the development is really important, and it needs to work. It needs to be smooth. It needs to, you need to have communication with your developer, and they need to be honest with you, and you need to be honest with them, because that's the only way you're gonna grow.
Yeah.
And we're in such a good place right now. VeVe is in such a good place right now. I'm so excited for our future. I think we're past all the really hard stuff. Now it's just a matter of getting things built. And unfortunately, I was telling one of my community members, I don't have one of those magic, you know, Samantha Genie noses to where I can wiggle my nose and make everything happen overnight. So it is a process. But it's worth it, and it'll be worth it in the end to have everything done right, and it'll make them the most returns.
Thank you.
Good question. Good question, Dolled Up. Any more?
No, not today for me.
Awesome. Can't wait to have you on again as we celebrate the Yeah, after you launch and after stuff starts happening, I'll love to have the success story and
Yeah, that'd be good.
and then how you handle that success. We'll see. I can't wait.
How I handle it by
Yeah.
hiring Bruno Mars, didn't we just discuss that?
Heck
Bruno
yeah.
Mars is on the line, man. I'm gonna have to give him a call, right?
Heck yeah, you gotta. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Okay, awesome stuff. I'll talk off camera for a minute, but ending the stream. This is good. Meow, meow, meow. Ending stream.